Hello and welcome back to Marine for TCG. My name is Joe. Drink of the day is Tenzing Lime and Mint, and today I've been playing some Nico Robin with sort of my eyes on this deck potentially being decent for the Heroines Cups. And because we've gained two new Straw Hat cards, both the Robin and the Nami, I really wanted to try building a Straw Hat version of Robin. Because then you get better access to searching out your giants, which is always lovely. Both the Sanji, the Nami, and when you're at sea, can all find giants, which I thought seems pretty good. This is the only deck in the Heroines Cup that can actually play giant. And being able to curve out with the Nami into the Robin seemed pretty compelling. I think this deck's alright. I think you do have some trickier matchups. Green Bonnie can be trickier, and not even just because of Green 8-cost Kid. I've played games where they haven't played Kid, and that's not been the issue. The issue is just all the blockers. So if you did want to play a little bit of removal, maybe Egghead Nami, but we don't actually run that many triggers in this build, so I think you would really need to upend it. Gamma Knife is another card you could potentially look to include. That's really good into Green Bonnie. Would also be good into Mihawk if you're planning on playing this in just the standard constructed format. Gamma Knife could be a nice include. Or Divine Departure, I guess, for fairly similar reasons. And I think Blue Yellow Nami can also be pretty tricky, just because they're able to generate so much value with their card draw from their leader effect and other cards like Marco, and also the fact that they go to 7 really makes your banish less threatening. So we love poking 5, but Nami just eats 5s for breakfast, right? So if you, in that matchup, your Sanji's kind of useless. Your Nami, it's harder to swing with her. Same with Kiku if you get like a lucky Kiku trigger. Frankie trigger's completely useless. So I do think Nami is more difficult, and for that reason I'll be interested in trying Katakuri, because this can establish a body whilst removing the 7-cost Robin. And I also think this could, again, be reasonable into Bonnie. So I think potentially next time I play Robin, or if you are testing for your Heroines Cups, I'd recommend trying out the Katakuri. What would you replace it over? Maybe the Kid? Maybe Kid, honestly, because Rayleigh and Linlin both feel really strong. Linlin being able to remove this is lovely, because it doesn't activate the on-KO, and it's more heal. And you do need something to heal when you actually get to 0. Because there will be games where your opponent just forces you to 0. And this cannot heal from 0. Because you have to trash a life to heal 2. So I do think the Linen is important. Maybe the Rayleigh. But the Rayleigh is really good into VV. Because it can rest that like 5-cost VV blocker. Or chopper blocker or whatever. When you're going for lethal. So I think it's hard. Because there's a lot of bricks in this deck already, right? You're going to be running Robins. You're going to be running Kikus. Because these are the best. This is a good 4-don play. This is one of the new cards we're trying. And then all of these cards have their use cases into certain matchups. I think finding the balance is going to be hard. And the Kid's just generically good, right? You know this card. Trashing Life is strong. It's also searchable off when you're at sea, which is kind of cool. And the cycle can be helpful as well for drawing you towards more giants. I think this deck is quite favoured into Boa. The fact that you have healing, you can go to 0, play Big Mum, remove one of their guys. This even gets rid of Gorgons. And heal is just so good. Giant is brilliant for late game to stop their big swings. And because we have Banish and Life Burn, they don't get as many triggers, right? So I think Boa is one of the matchups you're quite happy to face in Heroines. Bonnie and Nami a little bit more tricky. And I think VV is quite dice roll dependent. I haven't managed to record a VV game for this video. But when I've been going first into VV, it's felt pretty reasonable. When I've been going second into VV, and they get their VV Nami combo on 5, it's felt very, very difficult because we don't have enough ways to interact with their stuff by rest. Like, you can run more Rayleighs, but then you're running more bricks. It's so hard to fit everything that I want in this deck into 50 cards. I did also try out the 1-drop Lore instead of the 2-drop Nami. Lore can obviously search Nami, but it can't search Giant, so it's kind of 6 of 1. This also has a trigger, so you can ditch it with your leader effect, and that's why I've settled on the Nami. The trigger coming out of life is sometimes nice because we do heal quite a lot with this deck. And the fact that you can burn it for your when attacking, I think is slightly better than the cheaper cost of Lore. Overall, I think this deck's pretty decent. If you're expecting a lot of yellow decks that don't go to 7k, like Nami, it's very solid. If your locals is infested with like Boas and yellow Luffys, I think this is a very reasonable pick. Because you could just burn all their lives between your Robins, your Namis, and your leader effect, obviously. And for Heroines, I think if you can find a way to include this Katakuri, maybe you just cut Kid for a couple of Katakuris. That could be pretty nice, but generally I've found Nami just quite difficult with the amount of card draw, especially if they're on, like, Marco's. Marco's really rough, because I know there are sort of Giga Starve versions of Robin that are out there, but they don't really have a way to deal with Marco until you get to Big Mum. At least that's been my experience from what I've seen. So he's on KO just drawing Nami out of a Starve can be pretty rough. Either way, I think Robin is a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed playing with these Straw Hat cards. I think she definitely has a chance, and if you plan on playing Robin to your Heroines Cup, and you have any suggestions on how to improve, especially the Nami matchup, let me know in the comments. Gotta get into Lim and scary times because we're going second. I think when I'm going second, I see the 7-Don Robin, which is great. I really want to see a 4-drop. This could find us the Sanji, but if it doesn't, we're in a lot of trouble, I think. So I'm going to mulligan looking for a 4-drop. Okay, we get a 4-drop. We've got a Nami. Nami's not bad. But the aggro coming out of Lim is potentially going to be a little scary. Let's burn this event, see what we get. Don't really want the Nami. I guess we'll take a Sanji. Then we'll pass. We could choose to play the Sanji next turn, try and dig towards a Robin. I think I'll counter this while it's easy. Nah, let's just take. Fuck it. I'm going to play a little greedy. We'll see what 3-drop he plays out here. Oh, well, fuck, you know what I mean. Sure. Anel, maybe? Mihawk, sure. Okay. Smart guy. Smart fella. I think I'm going to play out the Sanji and then burn the Kiku to ramp. Yeah, and we're looking for a Robin, really. Is there anything I'd trash? No. I'm going to swing first. Swing 5 Banish. And the Banish low-key kind of annoying into Links. They don't have a ton of resources, right? So he's got to think about, do we want to go down to 3 cards in hand? Or do we want to let this happen? It's a reasonably tough choice. He does give us an Adio 2k, though. It's a pretty good one to get rid of. We'll go with this. Take a Robin. End the turn. That's going to be our play for next turn. Very easy. We've got a couple of Giants, which will be nice coming up. We need to defend at least 1 swing this turn. Likely the leader swing. Does go Lim into a Nell. Okay, my boy's drawing well. My boy is drawing well. You love to see it. Well. Trash to Shanks and a Lim. Yeah, this is he's going very fast. My man is here. We'll trash a Sanji. And I think I'll take this Mihawk swing. Yeah, sure. We can only take Sanji here, right? Because it can't take Nami. Yeah. No, I guess we take a Sanji. We've got a free guy on the board. I'm not sure how relevant it's going to be, but he's here. Big Mum's decent, but it's a little awkward because we go back at Don. And I want to be able to Giant next turn. Would we ever not Robin this turn? If I play Nami for 5, not like that. Don't have the Dons to Giant. We could Robin next turn then. Getting the Robin down now it feels good though. How much counter do we have? We only have 1 2k and a couple 1s. We probably have to just Robin. I don't really want to swing this Sanji terribly much. Let's go 5 Banish. Do I want to ramp? If we ramp, we can very easily Giant next turn. We can kind of easily Giant next turn anyway, but if we play Big Mum, we can't Giant. I think we ramp for the value with the Giants over the next couple of turns. He does 1k there. I think we need to present some sort of threat, but equally, swinging 5 here is kind of cheeks. Let's see, what do we trash a Giant? Okay. I think I'm going to pass. Don't think I want to give him cards. I want to hope he just whiffs something good. But he has found double Searcher Limb and an L, so that's just a 2k. Leader effect plays out Doffy. Yeah, okay. He's getting a little crazy. Sure. I'll trash the kid. Take a 2k, return. 7. Yeah. I should have counted that 5, I think. Yeah, I think I should have counted that 5. I think this is just too fast going first. That's what it feels like. No, we can't. I think it's just Joba. What if we just don't... What if we don't Big Mum and we just plan to sit behind the Giants? We could maybe take out all 3 of these. Presume there's a Mihawk coming. The 4th giant? Dofi. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. If we Big Mum, we don't die again. You know? Because we can keep 1 for giant, though. That's a bit of a problem. Assuming no Mihawk, if we remove this and remove this, his split is, what, 10-10? Or 9-11? We can counter a 9. We can Gum Gamble try and counter a 10. It's probably worth. Yeah, it's probably worth. I think it's the only play, right? I don't see another play. We'll toss this. Game 1. Put this at the bottom. Yeah, then we'll swing into the limb first. Because we've got to get rid of this. Oh, if he has the restand event. No, that needs him to have 2 rested, right? Yeah, I think he has to have 2 rested for the restand event to work. Cool. Let's go 5, banish. No ramp. We'll go 5. Then we'll go 8. So we have to threaten lethal next turn. If he gets us, he gets us. The Mihawk would be enough. We can't counter a 12 and a 5. It's not possible, but it is what it is. Yeah, if he has Mihawk, he wins. If he doesn't, I think we actually get there, which is kind of wild. I thought this game was fucked, honestly, at a point. But the Big Mum's clutch. Drawing 2 giants, very clutch. We drew just enough 2Ks as well. We've drawn 3. The Frankie trigger was pretty big as well, for just giving us that extra board. Shanks. If he's calling us out. 7. I mean, if you have Mihawk, you have Mihawk, but we can't allow you to do a 13. We have to trash the giant. Anel. That's not Mihawk. I mean, we don't lose to Mihawk now anyway. And we have the Olvia as well. To make our leader just a little bit bigger, which is cool. You can take out 1 guy here. And he should. Yeah. Can't defend that. But I had to counter the 7, obviously, right? 2 Don, so this could be Judgment of Hell. This could be Judgment of Hell. We can actually go with the Robin, trash a life for 6. Oh, we only have 9 done. Sugar, I don't think there was anything I could do about that anyway. And put him down to 2. This buffs this to 8. So then if we went 8 banish, he'd have the Judgment of Hell plus 1 card. Which would be pretty bad. The Judgment of Hell would also neutralize a Sanji though. And then we have 3 more swings to go bang, bang, bang. Which is possible. If we don't Nico Robin, and we just go, say, 1 Don Nico Olvia, he can do the same thing. Neutralize a Sanji and neutralize the leader. I think the Robin is important, actually. Could we ever play board and then go again? Because we can heal. But because I trashed the Giant, I think the answer is no. Because I can remove these 2. Well, no, I can remove this. I can't remove this. It's too big. I think this is involved. Unfortunately, we do trash a brick there. Off to 8. I think we just swing at 8, right? I think we just swing at 8. Blast Breath. If he has Blast Breath, he has Blast Breath. There's so many different iterations of events. The one I'm most scared about is Judgment of Hell. So that's the one I'm playing around. It can also slow beam. But that's really awkward because it's only a 2k. And he has to have another 2k in his hand. To counter out of this swing. And that would neutralize the Big Mum. Okay, to DMG. And a 2k. Doesn't have any 1ks. Well, then there's no reason to swing more than 5 with this. And at this point, I think we are just seeing what is in his life, right? Cool, 5. And let's go just 5 again. And we can go 9, 10. 7, 8, 9. No, because he can have one more done for a counter event, so we'll just go 5. That was the Mihawk, that was the life. 9. 10. That should be game. Wow. Okay, it was the restand event. Yeah, but he had to have 2 of them arrested. So he couldn't restand that limb on that one turn. GG's for our opponent. That was a close game, man. I really thought we were going to lose that one, honestly. He had such a good start. And if he drew a second Mihawk, we would have lost. Couldn't play around that. It is what it is. I also did make a mistake. On that one turn, I should have countered the 3-cost limb swing. That was a big mistake. It's a really silly misplay. I was thinking he was going to play out something else, but obviously he wasn't. He was just going to swing all out with the Mihawk. And then we couldn't... We had to give up 2 2Ks to counter the 8 rather than just 1 to counter the 5. So, a misplay there. It is what it is. We got there by hook or by croak. We'll play to our opponent. Gotta give him to Nami. He's taking second, which is odd. On odds, I'm really looking for 5-drop Nami, and I'm really not looking for that. I mean, we got our 5-drop Nami. I don't think I'm going to play this, because we have 5 into 7, which is pretty solid. Girl is also solid. That's a really nice start for him. Because it means he can do Marco and still have Don on lead. Oh, it's Thriller Bark. Okay. Well, do I want to ramp? I think I do. We'll toss. There's Nami. Everyone rested. If he wants to give us 2 cards, that's fine. We at least get the starve going. If he does just swing for 6, if he plays a 4-drop and swings 6, I will counter with the Nico Olvia. I will not counter that. He will get the draw. We're never countering that. That'll be Giga Troll. And then we'll play this, burn a life, and then we get to swing for 7. He has to give us 2 more cards. Do I want to ramp this turn? I don't think I do. It'd let us kid. I mean, we can kid anyway. It lets Robin swing 7, which is reasonable. But Robin swing 6 is also kind of fine. Could Robin Olvia swing 8? Isn't the worst. I feel like he's going to Nami our ass. I'm not going to ramp. I think 1 ramp's enough here. Yep. Gives us a Nami, so we definitely have one. Okay, and he is on bourse. He's on bourse. Okay. Nami, yeah, he did Nami our ass. I thought as much. We might have to take this as well, which is pretty bleak. Because of the girl. I can counter 7, but I don't have 2 2s. Oh, he does use the event, though. Gets a Robin. He's already drawn off leader effects. I think we actually take this one regardless. No, it doesn't matter into Nami because it's a 5k. We're better off just having the card in hand. If he puddings, he puddings. It is what it is. Because he's got this, we can never really expect him to not have a Don on lead. I think we are going with Robin. And then do I want to play out the when you're at sea just to cycle out the brick? Do I want to play out the Olvia and swing 8 with the Banish? That could be pretty reasonable. It doesn't mean we're down to 1 2k, which I don't love. We don't have any giants either. I think we just swing 5. And then I'll play the when you're at sea. Cool, gives us a please save me. Look at 3. Take a Frankie. Would have liked the big mum. That'd have been really nice. He's going to rob in this turn, I presume. And then we'll see 6 7. Guess I'll counter the 6. I don't really want to take either. Hoping he plays another event. That'd be brilliant if he does. Because then we have to counter a 6. No, do we want to counter this 7? Like, I don't, but I kind of do. Because I don't have any heals this turn anyway. Yeah, we should counter. We're less weak to pudding then, right? Yeah, Sandy's pretty useless. The Nami, I think, is marginally more useful. Usahachi's nice. We could deal with the young girl, but I don't think it's worth it. I kind of like going 7 here with the Banish. I know if I attack this, something else is coming out. Because he has so many different options for that, right? So I kind of don't want to clear this. I think playing the kid is reasonable. Let's see if we can get 2 cards out of his ass. So if he does give us 2 cards, then there's a chance that this Nami can't summon anything. A slim chance, but a chance nonetheless. There's a more and a... Okay, it doesn't really help change anything. Let's go for it. I don't think there's anything too obnoxious that can come out of this. Marco is about the best. Yeah, Borsellino doesn't matter. Because he doesn't get the heal. Let's trash that. That's a nice trigger. And then I'll swing 8, because we've got to put on some pressure. Yeah, I thought he'd take, but we got rid of the trigger. Oh, that's beautiful. We needed to see that. Might need to see a heal next turn, so we... Maybe I could have left 1 Don open to gamble, but I think swinging 7 was good. Let's toss one of these. We're never going to need 2 of them. Especially now that he's down at 2. He can heal, of course. There's lots of heals. Indeed, there's one of them. Mrs. Robin. Will I be the servant? Finds a Moria. I think this is one of the most difficult matchups. He's already done girl, so this is 8-8 max. This Borsellino might swing. We'll take this 8, because there's nothing bigger than that coming. Oh, I think we have to counter this. Really hope this Borsellino doesn't swing. Thank God. I think he should have swung with this Borsellino, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. We can't take out the Robin, which is a problem. Do we have to try and gamble on a Gum chain? It might be the best way. He shouldn't block here. I'd love it if he blocks here, but he definitely shouldn't. Yeah. Which is a red rock. Because I can't take out this Robin. It's really problematic. We go 7, 8, 9. And then just heal and hold 2 for giants. I think 2 giants should be enough, right? So he has 4 swings. We'll have 2 life. We have to counter 2 of them. I think if we get a second giant, we should be okay. Because we've got a 2k here as well. We do have to hope for no triggers. That's just kind of a fact of life, I think. Does he counter this one? Okay, he's countering very aggressively. He'll take this one. Thank God he didn't get a Thriller Bark trigger. Go the Robin, use the card action, gain 2. There goes a 2k. End the turn. Definitely ditching that. But it's 1 card closer to more giants, potentially. Okay, it's going to heal. Kumasy in life. Very nice. It means a clean giant. It's a clean giant. I think it's Borsalino definitely should have swung last turn. Because I probably had to double 1 so that we can keep a life to heal with Robin. Him having Borsa and us not having access to it's pretty annoying. I think I'll use this now because it's clean. The Kikus are alright. Yeah, double Kiku really not what I was looking for. We'll take that, use the trigger every day. Ooh. I wish I could take this Rayleigh, but I can't. Do we take the Robin? The Robin could just get rid of the Kumasy. Do we die? Yeah, he's used Girl, so we can swing 7-7. We might... No, we can counter a 7. We've got to go for it next turn. I think this is better than... Is it better than... It gives him a 2k, but it also gives us a... It's 2 Don cheaper. So it effectively gives us a 2k. It's kind of neither here nor there. Let's take the giant. Just draw a card. There's no Perona in here, right? I don't think I saw a Perona. Yeah, there's a hog back, no Perona. So nothing actually impactful you can play out. Yeah, we take this one. there was enough giants that we wouldn't have died if he hadn't Moria'd. So that's good to know. But now we've got to win, and it's going to be very hard, I think. I think it is going to be very difficult because of this blocker as well. This blocker's pretty obnoxious. Technically should have played the Olvia first, but it doesn't really matter. We can just play with the Nami anyway. So this is what, swinging at 8, 9? 9's pretty reasonable, because you have to give leader effect 2k, 1k, and he's down to 1 card. We have 4 cards. I think that might... 9 might be enough. But if we do get the banish or the block, I think 9's good. Because then we can make most of these 9s. Yeah, no. I think 9's good. Yeah, we did just get the block. That's fine. Now we can do 7, 9, 9, 10. I think that's just the best line. Yeah. There's the Moria. Now we know he still has Kumasy. If any of the if the other card in his hand is not a brick, then we just lose. I don't think there's anything I could have done to play around that. If I start with 9 there, we're only threatening 10-10, so it's not that much bigger. And this getting a 1k is also pretty nice. Yeah, we have to go all 9s because we know he has the Kumasy in hand. We know he has at least 1 2k. If the other card in his hand is a counter, we just lose, but I think we had a pretty good stab at it, you know. So you're saying there's a chance? Ah, well played. Yeah, GG's. Oh, I did have another 1k anyway. So yeah, he could have countered any of those hits. Yeah, GG's. don't think there was much could have done differently. Maybe if we took the Robin instead of the Nami, we would have trashed the Kumasi. But we'd have swung. Yeah, she's really fun. If I took the Robin and trashed the Kumasi, we'd have one less Don here, and then yeah, Shirahoshi's cool too. We'd have been able to swing. We'd have still played the Olvia because it's always worth it. It's just a crazy, crazy card. I'm gonna put this Don. This Don would have been rested. Could put this Don here. Still swung 9. That would have eaten the block, and then we'd have had what 8, 9, 9, 9. We'd have had one less 2k. But it had this Hiyori anyway. Yeah, so I think with the Hiyori and this one cost Nami in hand, I don't think the maths actually changed really at all. Yeah, you too. It is a tough matchup because of the 7k lead thing. It's yeah, the 7k lead thing is just kind of tough for us to deal with because a lot of our early game is revolving around playing out smaller guys, and their removal all works into us. He didn't actually play any removal because this is the more Thriller Bark focused build. But he easily could have been on a more removal, like, classic build. And played out, like, Red Rocks on these Nico Robins. Things like that. Establishing these big bodies every turn is the way that you can win this matchup. It's really important. But if they sort of match you, it kind of is what it is. If we'd seen maybe if we saw a Giant early, would that change anything? I'm not sure. It was a close game nonetheless. Sort of 1 or 2k in it. Well played to our opponent. Let's move on. Got to go into Shirahoshi. I'm going to take first. Nami's solid on curve. So Nami's okay on 3. I don't have anything for follow-up for this Nami, but maybe this Nami can find us like a Robin. Let's keep. Their early game is kind of wonky sometimes anyway. Just going to flip and then Otahime, I guess. I don't know why we flipped there. We just wanted to have a look. I don't really get that. Yeah, I don't get that at all. Let's go 6, ramp up with this. Game 1. And then we'll play the other one. He had the Otahime. Maybe he was gonna and then he was like, oh shit, I should probably keep a 2k. Oh wow, we whiff off that. That's pretty bad. Hey ho. We have Robin. We drew the Nami and the Robin, which is a solid curve now, so. We're not going to be ramping anymore. Otahime. I guess he was scared of like 8 Banish. That's all I can assume. You have the Madara. Does have the Madara. Good start. Okay. Good stuff. I actually kind of want to banish this. I'm not going to lie. I don't want him to have that card, but if I swing first, he just gets to 2k, right? So it just doesn't really work out exactly how I want, but what can you do? Maybe I should have just done 8 banish. But like, I'm not to know that I'm going to whiff off the Nami, right? Oh, he uses it anyway. Cool. Works for me. We'll take this hit from the Madara every single time. And I'll just play the Robin next turn. Kids. John Maga. Cool. Does have the Shirahoshi. Very nice. No bird, though. No bird, so only one guy. This kid here is interesting. You don't see this a lot in Shirahoshi anymore. You don't. Six. Yep, absolutely. Any triggers? No triggers. Kid's nice, though. Big Mom is bad because of Shirahoshi. Although this is face up right now. Not that it helps this turn. He could have flipped... Did he just not flip this face down? Yeah, he just didn't flip this face down. Strict play mistake is what it is. Let's go 5 banish. Because if he blocks, we can swing into this. Yeah, cool. Now we get to swing into your Madara and get a 1k. And just sort of push the starve. Cool. Then we'll go with Robin. Use the card action, gain 2. Pass. If he takes out this, we can just play another one, or we can play Kiku, both of which are really good targets. I don't really want him to have the kid this turn, so if he does just swing into this, honestly, might just play the Kiku. Hopefully he remembers to flip his life face down. Okay, he's done it now. Flips it back. Scaled. Yeah, if scaled attacks here, that's fine. We can just play another guy. I'm probably playing Kiku. This isn't protected by this. By the protection effect. I mean, if he doesn't find a way to put the life back face down, we can Big Mum his ass and get rid of the blocker, which is pretty compelling, honestly. He's got to trash 3. He's going to be at 4 in hand. It's kind of low. He can play the bird as well this turn. That's sort of his scary board established. But the Lin is pretty tempting here. Because I don't think he's going to be able to find a way to put it back face down. This is another blocker. Seeing that gon's great. Counter event off to Hime, not so much. Okay, goes with the heal. Now it's face down. I getcha. That works. If we can deal this damage, though, it's back face up again. It's really odd. It's really, really odd. Is he going to attack here? We could just burn the life. Yeah, sure, man. 9 to 5. I don't know what that was. 7 to 5. Yeah, sure. Why not? Definitely taking a giant there. That's a brilliant find. Do you want to attack the Nami? He doesn't. I write it. Oh, can this put at the... Yeah, this can put at the top. Which is kind of funny. But we need to get rid of this first, obviously. Would we ever get rid of this? We Usahachi it. Tap it down. That's honestly not that bad. Usahachi, tap it down, just like attack it. And then we wouldn't be able to heal and giant. We could heal and not giant though. If we remove this, we can probably remove this. Actually kind of like the Usahachi play here. How do we go 2 to 0? Cool, now that's gone and we can attack the Madara. The incredible work. Go 5 banish. No ramp, of course. Cool, we get rid of an event. And now this is face up again. I don't think we're ever going to get rid of this, but that's okay. I'll let him off. We just want to heal here, right? And take out this Madara. Yeah, seems good, seems good, seems good. So let's go... I guess 6 for this. Gonna counter that one? Sure, I'll go 8 with this. Let it go. It seems odd. Play over this. Use the card action. Gain 2. Milling a Kiku is always painful, but yeah. The Usahachi, I think, there was actually a really, really good play. Let me know what you think. Now this life, he can flip it back face down again, but if he then plays out a guy and doesn't find another way to flip it back face down, it's the same thing over and over again, right? Where we can then potentially Big Mum. There's the bird we knew about from yonks ago. He's a lot of Don. If he wants to take out any of these, both kind of suck, right? This you take a damage, and this we get to just replace it. So yeah, might even go with Kid next turn. Might even go with Kid. Okay, he's gonna heal again. Okay, he's gonna heal again. He's got 1 in hand now, though. It's pretty bleak. He should probably attack board. He should definitely attack this Nami, I think, this turn. We can then give him the life back. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. 9 to 5. I mean, we're not countering either of these swings. No, I'll keep the 2k. We don't get to play that out, but now swings. So swings out of order. I don't know what we're keeping this 7 Dom for. Are we really going to play the last card in our hand? Maybe we are. I'll just take. We can go down to 1 pretty happily. Because there's very little danger from... Okay, he has a Hody. Sure. Well, if we Big Mum, get rid of this, we get to attack double 8s. We get to remove at least 1 of these. We don't know what this card is. If he doesn't... I think we can actually take this one. No, trigger on that. I think we can be greedy there. So yeah, we just Big Mum here. Well, if we fire... No, because we can't heal with the Robins. We have to Big Mum. Yeah, we have to Big Mum. We can never go for lethal. It's too many lives. We can obviously burn this, but the blocker is too much. So I'll play Big Mum over Nami. Do we get rid of... We get rid of this instead, right? This is just bigger. Bigger Mum. I should have attacked first, actually. I should have done 8-8 here first, I think. Oh, no, the 5 first. Oh, it's weird. It is weird. Turn 1, trashing Kiku. Gain a life. I think we do get rid of the blocker guarantees the removal on this and this. If we remove this, it guarantees the removal on this and the blocker more likely. I think we actually get rid of the blocker. And then we'll go 5 banish. Get rid of the kid. And we'll go 8 here. Really hoping this is not a 1k. Because I do need to keep the 1 Don open for Giant. It is a 1k. Let's put him to 3. So we should be able to win next turn. He basically needs Hody. If he top decks Hody, or it was that life, then I guess you might have my ass. Kid, I don't think is enough because we have the Giant, right? Yeah. Seven, and then this is what? 11? Maybe we just count to the 7, right? Yeah, we just... Yeah. We're good. 2k. 1k. GG's. That should be the game. Does get a draw 1, trash 1, but I do not care. We can go... Yeah, GG's indeed. 7 banish. 7. Yeah, GG's. 9. And then... Funny Usahachi. Let's go. Let me win with Usahachi. Yeah, GG's indeed. A couple of really odd plays early game. I think the 1 on 3, I think we worked it out. He was gonna Otohime. Then he was like, shit, I should probably keep a 2k here. I think that's what he was thinking on the early game, which is like fair. I've done things like that where I changed my mind. Didn't end up mattering too much. He did forget to flip the life back face down on 1 turn, which also didn't actually end up mattering because we rested and took out the 2 cost with Usahachi, which I think was a good play. Let me know if you disagree on that one. I think that was a good play. When you are able to hard starve Shirahoshi, she can sometimes just struggle for draws. And to be fair to him, this guy didn't have that bad draws. He drew like at least a character to play every turn. Even when he was down at like 3 or 4 cards, he had like the Hody was really good. If he'd had another Hody there instead of the kid and been able to rest our Don, I think we would have been cooked. Hey, it is what it is. If he's going to top deck Hody, then, you know, you got my ass. We're going to Rosie, and he's going first. I think we kind of have to hope he just whiffs a little bit. Because if he gets his 4-drop blocker into his Rosy Law, I don't know how we deal with that. This Big Mum is going to be important in dealing with that. I think because I have a 4-drop, and I think the Big Mum's going to be important, I'm going to keep. I know I have nothing for 7. I think I'm going to have to just try and draw something. Not every hand's going to be perfect, right? Sugar. A little bit annoying. Is what it is. Really just hoping he doesn't have the 4-drop law. If he has the 4-drop law, we're in trouble. Rosinante and law. Doesn't have the 4-drop law. Incredible. Let's take that one. I will get rid of the sugar. And I will ramp up. Toss the Frankie. Game 1. And then we'll go with just play out the Kiki. He's going to have his Rosinante and law this turn. It is what it is. I will... what are we doing next? And we can Robin. So I can... If I want a Robin, I can take this. If I want a Nami, I can't. I'll take this. I can Robin. I don't think he would ever scam law. Yeah. I think scam law, unironically, very bad. Let's go 5. I don't particularly want to ramp again. See if he wants to block. He does. Cool. We'll go 6. And then we'll go Robin. Going 2. Unfortunately trashed a pretty good trigger there, actually. Is what it is. See if we can keep this Kiku. Yeah, I don't think we can. Unfortunately, we don't get the on-care, obviously, because he's still at 4 life, but I think we had to take out the sugar. Let's take this. What does this do? Draw 3, trash 2. Honestly, nah. Kind of happy with this. Virgo. Oh, okay. Virgo's pretty good now because we can't remove with the Limlin. We could go with the Rayleigh and try and remove the Virgo by battle. That's probably the best line. Yeah, I think that's probably the best line. Try and remove the Virgo by battle. So yeah, we'll put the Don there. Play the Rayleigh, rest this. We'll go 5 banish. No ramp. Then we'll go double 9s into the Virgo. Because I need this gone. Cool. I mean, there's no point attacking here. We'll do the damage. Game 1. Unfortunately, don't have a giant. Is what it is. 1 cost Rosie. Rosinante and Law. Plays out Secret Law. 6. We will counter with one of the obvious. 7. I kind of have to counter this. Yeah. So I'm going to take this way. I think it's I mean, he could attack the Rayleigh now. No. I think I will just take this one. No giants still. I think we are going to... Maybe I should have used the trigger on that Olvia to try and dig towards giants. I'll trash a Kiku. Game 1. Put this at the bottom. Because I don't have any events. Do we keep one up to bait? I think we keep one up to bait. Let's go 5 banish. Tempted to try and keep starving and just hope he runs out of shit. If he takes the life here, we can swing 10 into it and maybe get rid of it, honestly. Or at least get 2 cards. Move another big one for next turn to remove 1 more Rosy Law. Just kind of hoping he runs... He breaks up a little bit. 3 Secret Laws gone is kind of a lot, though. 7. I think we can actually take down... Let's use the trigger on that. Just take a 2k here. He's not going to kill us. Gamma Knife? Sure, Gamma Knife on the Rayleigh. Okay. It's at 4. Another Rosie. Running good. Scam Law. It's not going to be live. Yes, because he can swing into it with this, and I don't want to entertain that. And then a 5. Sure. We'll give... This honestly could be pretty good. But I think it's unlikely. We'll just give it what? We'll just give the Namis a 1k. Okay, it does play out Scam Law. Sure. Ooh, Giant. Finally, we draw a Giant. That's brilliant. Really good stuff there. Let's go with another Big Mum. We'll toss the Robin, I think, here. Do I want to swing first? I think I want to swing first. Just give him less idea. Yeah, and I have no interest in ramping. We get the Banish. That's really good. That's really good. If I swing both of these here and he goes take... take block or take save, that's actually better for me. So I'm going to go 8 to 8. Okay, he has a 1k. Now we just don't bother doing that. Yeah, we just go 9 lead. Big Mum's huge. I guess the clue's in the name, but... yeah. Law. Who's a Hatchie? I don't think that was all he was looking for. 7 here. Sure. 7 here. Probably not. Now, next turn, do I want to go for... If we burn the last life... He has a blocker, though, which he's probably going to leave up at this point. So we probably need to heal. I think we... Did we bin the Frankie? Feels weird. I think we bin the kid. Getting 2k there is nice. Yeah, I didn't think he would swing with that. Ooh, is the Nami good? The Nami's pretty good. With 3 2ks, he only has 2 meaningful swings. Yeah, I think I like the Nami. I definitely want to use this. Let's see what we get off of it. See if we get a Giant. We don't get a Giant. We'll take a Nami. Still want to gamble on there being one in life, potentially. Definitely not. We potentially have lethal here as well, to be fair. Can block. Yeah, depending on what's in his hand, we might actually have lethal. Double 2s. 2 so Hatchy. Let's go 8. Let's go 9. Now let's eat the blocker, I guess. Cool. Your turn. You have to win this turn. Yeah, I wonder if we could have won it if I'd just gone with the Olvia as well, right? Go all in. I think this is safe, though. 7. So he can go, what, 10 with one of these? We have 2, 4, 6. We're fine. So we'll just take this. Yeah, why not? Well, that seals the deal. That seals the deal. But yeah, we had it anyway. Yeah, not today, sir. Trasher Robin, buff to 9, and then we'll 2k. GG's for our Rosie Pun, and we managed to just about starve him out. The lack of the 4-drop law, yeah, GG's. The lack of the 4-drop law on 3 was huge. I will reiterate, if he'd got that, we don't even get to take out the sugar, so he has even more cards. And because he then develops this, if he leaves both up, we still can't really take out the sugar efficiently. If he leaves the Rosie Law and the 4-cost law up. The difference between Law finding this on 3 and not is huge. I do think if he'd found this, we'd have been... I don't want to say we would have just lost immediately, but I think it would have been very, very tough. The Big Mum is big. It's a really, really powerful card. Being able to remove that Rosie and Law, I mean, you saw how powerful it was in this matchup. And we got lucky to draw them. We don't play searchers, but, you know, it is what it is. So let me know, what do you think of the deck? What do you think of the games? Are there any changes you would make? Again, overall, I think the deck performed pretty well. I don't think she's top tier for Heroines Cup, and I think no matter what build you go for, she is not going to be top tier. Both the Nami and the Bonnie matchups, I think, are just a little bit too tricky to overcome on average. Like, yeah, you can absolutely beat them. I don't think it's not like an 80-20 matchup, but I think they are favoured into you, which is all you're really considering when you're trying to be the best, right? You just want the deck that's the favoured. You want the deck that's favoured into the most other decks. One thing that I am intrigued by a little bit when I was thinking about this Katakuri in the deck is I'm thinking maybe is Pudding? Is Pudding a good shout? Ken Mum's obviously pretty solid into all the yellow decks. And both Yellow Cat, I think, could be really good in this meta. And also Purple Cat, I think, has a lot of promise. So I think Pudding is going to be the deck that I test relatively soon. She getting that nice new smoothie as well from the EB set. Just a little bit of consistency, nothing crazy. But yeah, I think I'm interested in playing Pudding soon. So if you want to see Pudding, let me know in the comments. Regardless, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.